Hello guys, and welcome to part 2 of your database tutorial. In the last tutorial, we started solving a past paper, Cambridge Igcse SCE, May-June 2022, the database task. So in this task, guys, we're going to continue. In the last task, we imported two tables, which was a bookings table and the yachts table. And we also created a relationship. In this tutorial, we are going to do some data entry. I've already done my data entry, and you're also going to create a query. You can follow along the video. So let's proceed. So we already imported the bookings table, and we specified the data types, and we also imported the yachts table. So we're going to go to question 15. Enter the following details as a new record in the bookings table. So this has already been done, but I'll show you how to do it in a second. So I'm just going to highlight this. Okay, that's done. So guys, you'll be required to enter this data into your bookings table. So simply go to your database and open the bookings table. Then scroll all the way down. Here you'll find the last record. And enter the data from here all the way to yacht ID field. Then after you do that, just right click and save. But in my case, I've already done that. If I search Ctrl+F and I search for brown, you see that the record is already there because I already entered. Okay, Mr. E1 Brown, and his cast ID is 2766. So if we check here, this is E1 Brown 2766. So we're going to go to the next part, which is question 16. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects the records where the yacht name includes the text C, days is 10 or more, contains a new field called charter cost, which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the value of the days multiplied by the day rate. Okay, display the charter cost field as currency with 0 decimal places. Okay, so shows only the fields: title, first name, last name, telephone, department date, department port, yacht name, length, days, day rate, and charter cost in this order, with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group the data. So guys, to do this, let's forget about the charter cost field for now, because we're going to create it later in the query. So guys, to create a tabular report or any report in database, we first need to create a query, because they've asked us to retrieve specific information. So this is the information they want, not all the information in our database. So we have to start with this part first, so that we get the fields that are needed. So just go head over to my database. I want to close my relationship. I already created a query, but I'm going to delete it and start again. Okay, guys, so to create a query, you go to the Create tab, click on Query Wizard, Simple Query, click OK. Now we have to select these fields. So we need title, first name, last name, and telephone. So let's go back and do that. So title we need first name, last name, and we also need telephone. We also need depart date, depart port, yacht name. Okay, so depart date is not in the bookings table. It means it's in the yachts table. So click here, then change the table to yachts. So depart date, what do we need? Depart date, depart port, and yacht name. So okay, guys, so depart date is in the bookings table. Let's just check. Yes, depart date. And in the yacht table, we need depart port, yacht name, length, days. So we need yacht name, length, okay, days, day rate, and charter cost, which will be our new field. We're going to create it later on. So days and day rate. So day rate. Okay, just make sure all the fields are there. Title, first name, last name, telephone, depart date, depart port, yard name, length, days, day rate, and charter cost, which we haven't created, but we're going to create. So let's count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we should have 10 fields. So if we count these, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9 and 10. Are these 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. 10. So there are 10, guys. So we are okay. So after selecting the fields that you need, click next. So leave this as it is. We can go next and click finish. So here's our query. Now we need, so this part, guys. Okay, so we've selected. So now we need to select the yard name, which includes the text C, and days is 10 or more. So for that, guys, and we also need to calculate the charter cost. We need to create a new field called charter cost and also calculate by multiplying the value of the days multiplied by the day rate. So let's head over back to our database. Go to home and change the view from datasheet view to design view. Design view. Now in the criteria section here, because we are to select the yacht name, includes the text C. So to do that, go into the criteria, go locate where yacht name is, it's here. So in the criteria section, just type *, should include the text C and another *. Then hit enter. That's done. Then the days is 10 or more. So days. So the days should be greater than or equal to 10. Hit enter. Okay. Now let's create our new field. So you have to scroll, and at the end here we can create a new field called charter cost. So now guys, I have got the privilege to copy and paste, but during the exam you will have to type. You just copy this field name and paste it there. So our field name should be charter cost. Then same, add a colon, not a semicolon, I beg your pardon. Charter cost, colon, then square brackets, according to the question. This field will calculate, okay, this field will calculate the value of the days multiplied by the day rate. So the value of the days. So I want to type days in here, which is a field already in our query. Then close the square bracket. Then multiplication symbol multiplied by the day rate. So angle bracket, day rate is also in our query already. It's a field in the tables in our database. So that's why we need to put them in square brackets. That's just the syntax of Access. Okay, so we're done here. So let's click on show. This should be shown, and this is done. So now let's go to query design. We're in query design, and let's run this query, see what we get. So guys, you can see that the days are 10 or more. We don't have any days which are less than 10 if you check. So there we are okay. And the yacht name includes the name C. You can see that. And we're down to 41 records. So let's save this query. Right click and save. We can close it. Guys, okay. So this has been done. Okay, let's go back to our database. Let's open the query. Go to design view. So guys, the new field should be a currency. So simply go to this design view of your query. Click in that field that you want to change. Okay, just click in the field that you want to change. And let's change this to we'll change this to a currency. And we should have 0 decimal places. Okay, let's run the query. Okay, so you can see that it's a currency. Let's save this query. Let's close. Okay, so guys, to sort the data, so this is done, guys. Let's do this. So let's now use this query to create a tabular report. So again, let's go to create report wizard. So make sure here choosing the query that you created. In my case, it was called bookings query. Then let's take everything the other side. Let's go next. Do you want to add any groupings? According to the question, says do not group the data. So we will not group any data there. Let's go next. Do you want to add any groupings? No, we don't need any groupings. So let's just go next. Do we need to sort? Yes. Sort the data into ascending order of yard name and descending order of the birth date. So ascending order of yard name. So yard name, ascending order, and descending order of the birth date. So the birth date. Descending. Okay, let's go next. It's a tabular report, yes. Next. And finish. There we go. Now, guys, some fields are not visible, so I have to redesign my report. So now to do that, just right-click in the blank area of your report and go to Design View. We'll have to reduce some, adjust the size of the fields. Okay, so let's check the order of the report. So the report should start with title, first name, then last name. So guys, we have to reshuffle these. So I'll take this here. So it's title first. First name. So it's the first name. So this title here should also move to the first. Okay. And first name. And last name. Title, first name, last name, telephone, depart date, depart port. Telephone. Depart date. Make sure your field is visible. Okay. Depart port. So just move these fields closer. So what we want is depart port. Depart port, yacht name, length, days, yacht name. So yacht name, length, days, and charter. Okay, so let's go now to report view, see what we have. So guys, report, you can see that the depart port is not fully visible. So we can redesign that as well. Go to design view. Let's things a little bit. Okay, let's see what we have. So we need to redesign this. Okay, so guys, that looks better, but you have to redesign and rearrange this. So I'm going to rearrange this and redesign this in the next tutorial and also finish up with the last part. So I'm going to conclude this database task in the third tutorial. So for now, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe and like my videos. I'll be dropping more videos on web authoring and everything you need to know about Igcse practical.